this is Sara Oehler with Softflix Company, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about using beading wire on a Kumihimo disc. So I have two Kumihimo discs here to look at. I have a mini size and then I have a regular size, and they're both in the double density, which means they're thicker than most Kumihimo discs that are out there. To give you kind of a comparison, this is an original Kumihimo disc that I have from years ago. And so the double density is at least twice as thick, if not a little bit thicker, which makes it fantastic for working with wire, which is going to be sort of hard on the disc. These are a lot stronger, whereas the thinner ones are a little bit more flimsy. So today I'm going to use the mini, just because I think it'll be a little bit easier to see on camera, but by all means, either one is going to work well. And I have 8 10-foot spools of wire here. I'm showing you the Softflix Extreme wire today, which is actually a copper alloy base with a silver plating, and then it has a clear nylon coating. That nylon coating makes it hypoallergenic and also non-tarnishing. However, you can use any of our brands of wire in any diameter. I'm using the fine 0.014, but by all means you could use the very thinnest diameter, or 0.010, all the way up to the thickest, or 0.024 heavy. So it's just going to give you a thinner, more flexible braid the thinner wire that you use, and a heavier, less flexible braid the thicker the wire that you use. So I'm going to go ahead, I already unwound the wires to make this a little bit easier for getting started. But what I'm going to do is use this bead stopper here, and you'll see it has some nice little tips on it. This is a Softflix exclusive to have tips, and it just makes it a little easier to handle the stopper so it's not slipping and sliding out of your fingers. It's like a little accordion. It opens up and then it has all these different slots. So I'm using 8 spools of wire, and I'm going to put each wire in its own individual slot in the bead stopper. And I'm going to leave about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of wire on the end, because that's going to be what I use to connect to a clasp later. I'm just going to slide all of these on real fast. And I do like to put each one in its own individual slot. I find that that helps keep them separated and keeps them from slipping and sliding. I'm just going to continue on till I get all 8. The bead stoppers come in a lot of different colors as well. I'm using the reds. They're kind of my favorite because they're easy to see, but there's also some yellows and oranges and greens and blues. And same with the wire. We have, I think it's like 34 different colors across our various brands. Lots of colors in Softflix medium. So there's a lot of color options that you can use as well. I like the silver and the gold and the champagne, but I also like using green turquoise or fluorite. I really like red jasper, citrine. Most of our colors are based on gemstones, and truly based on gemstones. The color of the wire matches an actual strand of gemstones from our gallery. Okay, so I've got all 8 secured inside of my bead stopper, and now I'm going to actually feed the bead stopper down the center of my Kumihimo disc, and then I'm going to line up. I'm putting a wire on either side of every black dot, so I'm going to use the ones that are at the very top. I'll probably let these kind of fall away here because it's going to be hard to somewhat organized. And then I'm going to take the next one and I'm just going to move it over to the left above the black dot. And then I'll take the next one over here. You don't want to pull too hard because they will come out of the bead stopper, especially if they're going in the backwards motion. And then I'll be sure to take a close-up picture of this so that you can see it more clearly. Okay, and black dot, and then the bottom two will go right into here. And then we've got our Kumihimo board basically set up. I want to make sure everything's pretty well even in the center. You can also add a weight. If you are going to be adding weight later on in the design, a weight is important. That'll make sure that the braid is as tight on one side as it will be on the other side. So then you would just add another wire with a weight coming down from the bead stopper, down from the center. So to get started for just a basic braid, you're going to take this top left wire and cross it down to the left on the bottom, and the top or the bottom right wire, cross it up to the right on the top. And then you just turn your board, I believe that's counterclockwise. So I did have 16 in front of me, now I have 24. And then I'm just going to take my wire from the bottom up to the left on the top, bottom. So what's really nice about using the 10-foot spools is you don't have to mess with any bobbins. They're already basically on a bobbin. They have their own nice little counterweight, which is good. And it just makes the startup really quick and easy, and makes getting the project moving quickly really nice, because I know I don't have a lot of extra time for setup. So having seen all this, I kind of wanted to give you an idea of what a finished piece might look like. This is done on a Kumihimo disc using that same extreme wire in the champagne color, and I actually strung beads on and then fed the beads in as I was braiding, and that way I was able to get this beautiful design. You can see this design in the 2016 Kumihimo special issue from Kalmbach Publishing, and that is on newsstands right now. It's July 2016 right now. You can always go to their website and special order it if it's later in the year when you watch this video. So if you have any questions, please feel free to comment on this video. I do answer comments. Also feel free to like it if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to our channel because we do try to add a new video every week, and that way you'll be notified when the new video goes live. And if you would like to check out any of our products, for example the Kumihimo disc or the 10-foot spools of beading wire or our cutters, you can always go to our website, which is www.softflexcompany.com.